Right then, in today's video, I'm going to play 18 holes of golf around Spalding Golf Club in this sort of mini March heat wave that we've got going on. The weather is absolutely perfect. Sun's out, not too hot, not too cold, not even a breath of wind. Now the goal today is to try and break 80, which is what my goal is every time I go out and play 18 holes of golf. But I've got a bit of a side quest today. I want to figure out what areas of my game are actually holding me back from breaking 80 more often. So for every hole I play today, I'm going to break my golf game down into 5 different areas and rank how those 5 areas played out on each hole. The 5 areas of my game that I'm going to assess today are tee shots, long approach shots, which are going to be over 150 yards, short approach shots, which are going to be about 50 to 150 yards, chipping and putting. And the idea is that by the end of these 18 holes of golf, I will know what areas of my game are actually holding me back from playing decent golf more often. Let's get into it. Fall left! Ooh, hit the pin. Yo, what are you joking me? It's down the middle, isn't it? Right then, while this first hole plays out, I want to take some time to explain exactly how I'm going to rank each area of my game. When I finish the hole, I'm going to give a score out of 5 for each type of shot I hit. For example, that tee shot wasn't my best tee shot. It's gone out to the right and I've had to hit a recovery shot. So I've given that tee shot a 2 out of 5. The distance was really good, the strike was really good, the direction was just off. Because I haven't hit a long approach shot, I haven't even given a score for that. But for my short approach shot, I've given myself a 4 out of 5. The strike was good, it went exactly where I was aiming. Oh, it's gone a long way, innit? But it was just a little bit too long. Still a really good shot for me. Now for my putting, I've given myself a 2 out of 5. Although I 3-putted this hole, the line that I chose was really good. It was just my pace that was off. So yeah, basically I'm going to play all 18 holes and rank each shot, and by the end of the round of golf, I'll be able to average out exactly what I scored on each hole. And that should give me a really good picture of where I think I need to improve to break 80 more often. Now, the course at Spalding Golf Club is still on winter tees at the moment, but I'm still going to be able to get a good idea of where my game is at. This second hole is a very short par 4 in the winter. When the hole is downwind, I would actually usually hit driver and go for the green. But we're into a bit of a breeze today and I've decided to hit a 5-iron off this tee. Instead of ranking this shot as a tee shot, I'm going to rank it as a long approach shot. I need to get a good understanding of how I'm hitting my irons at the moment. Don't worry, I'm not going to talk you through each and every shot I hit. From now on, I'll just summarize at the end of each hole. Thank you. I know there's going to be some purists of you out there that are going to kick off about the gimmies that I'm giving myself in this round of golf, but it's just a casual round of golf. Don't worry. I'm still pretty bad at putting even when I give myself gimmies. But anyway, hole 2 was a nice par 4. The chip was exceptionally good. Looking back at the hole, I'm going to give myself a 3 out of 5 for the iron tee shot. A little bit right of where I was aiming, but a great strike and good distance. For the short approach shot, I'm going to give myself 2 out of 5. Not my best shot. I've missed the green, but I have got up there green side. The 0s and the 1s out of 5 are more reserved for really bad shots. Fats that go absolutely nowhere, thins that go through the back, or even out of bounds shots. So a 2 out of 5 is pretty fair. I haven't put myself in any trouble, and I've given myself a chance to get up and down, which, thanks to that 5 out of 5 chip, I was able to do. On to hole 3. 4 left! Yeah. Get right. Oh, that's a bit. All right. Hole 3 is the first par 5 of the front 9. If you hit the ball right, you're in a pretty bad spot. Left off this tee is the miss. But the tee shot I hit wasn't actually struck that well, and I feel like I've got pretty lucky. So 2 out of 5. Now the layup I hit, I'm going to class as a long approach shot. And again, I'm giving myself 2 out of 5 for that shot. Well struck, would have been good distance, but it's just got caught up in the trees. Again, I'm not in any real danger. I haven't fatted it, I haven't thinned it, and I haven't put it out of bounds. Now the short approach shot, this was a difficult sort of shot to categorize because I've hit a 6-iron and I've had to manufacture a sort of recovery approach shot, so to speak. I had to get the shot underneath the tree in front of me and over the bunker in the distance. Honestly, if I could give myself a 10 out of 5 for this shot, I would. This shot was incredible. Went exactly how I planned it and left myself with a good birdie opportunity. 5 out of 5 for that shot. With the putting, I've given myself a 3 out of 5. The line was pretty good, but again, the pace was just off. I've knocked it a little bit too hard and didn't give the hole a chance to catch the ball. But at least this putt had a chance of going in. On to hole 4. It's down the middle, isn't it? Oh, you. Hole number 4 is one of the hardest holes on the golf course when it plays into wind. But today, we're lucky enough it's playing downwind. In my introduction, I said it wasn't that windy. Well, today, it actually is quite windy. And I absolutely pumped that drive straight down the middle. Out the middle of the golf club, down the middle of the fairway, 5 out of 5 for that tee shot. Lucky for me, I only left myself a short flick of a wedge into this hole. A sort of 3/4 sand wedge was more than enough to get to the middle of the green. The pin is at the back of this green, and the green actually narrows down a little bit where the pin is. I didn't want to mess around too much with going for this flag, so I've left myself a chance to pitch it into the middle of the green and roll it up as far as I can. So for that shot, I've given myself a 4 out of 5. A good shot. Maybe I could have been a little bit more aggressive, but I've still got a birdie putt on one of the hardest holes on the course. Putting, I'm giving myself a 3 out of 5. I'm going to punish myself a little bit harshly maybe for not getting my putts to the hole. If you can't get them to the hole, they don't have a chance of going in. But it's a 3 out of 5 because I did get the line right. I just needed to hit it a little bit harder. Four left. Let's pulled it a bit. Oh. Hole 5 is a very short par 4 off the winter tees. In fact, someone at the golf club actually had a hole-in-one on this par 4 recently. Inspired by that golfer, I'm hitting driver off this tee whenever I can. Now, just like with the tee shot on the 3rd, going right puts you in a lot more danger than going left. So I've aimed straight, but I've swung a don't go right sort of swing, which ultimately means I'm definitely going to go left. But again, going left isn't too much of a problem here, especially with driver. For that tee shot, I'm giving myself a 3 out of 5. I haven't put myself in any danger, but I could have been in a better spot. The second shot on this hole was close to being classed as a short approach shot or a chip. It's just under 50 yards, so I'm going to put it down as a chip. And I'm giving myself a 4 out of 5 for this chip. The shot wasn't overly difficult. I've got myself a birdie putt. I just missed my landing spot a yard left. Fairly reasonable 4 out of 5, I reckon. Again, for the putt-in, I'm going 3 out of 5. Good line, just didn't hit it hard enough. I think we're starting to see a pattern with my putting in this round. On to hole 6. Oh my God, that's so bad. Oh my God. That is horrendous. Okay. Hole 6 is the first par 3 of this front 9. It's a pretty difficult par 3 off the summer tees. Off the winter tees, it's a long way forward. But with the wind into our faces on this tee shot, I've opted for a sort of 3/4 knockdown 6 iron. And I have pulled it into absolute no man's land. I've been able to find the ball, so I've given myself a 1 out of 5 for this tee shot, but I was pretty close to giving that a 0. When it comes to chipping, I've given myself a 2 out of 5. I mean, I was in a pretty bad spot with that first chip and had to rely on some sort of lucky bounces to get the ball onto the green. And that second chip was pretty pants. Putting, however, 5 out of 5. I hold a long putt. Got the pace right, got the line right. Can't go wrong. The next hole is a disaster. Oh no. It's difficult. It's a lot windier than I thought it was. Yeah, horrible, horrible tee shot. 0 out of 5 for that tee shot because I was unable to find it. I didn't film the rest of the hole because I didn't find my tee shot. But you'll find that I've given myself a 4 out of 5 for a short approach shot. That's because I dropped the ball down where my playing partner was in the middle of the fairway, hit a really good shot and messed the putt up, which is why I've given myself 2 out of 5 for the putt. Score-wise on that hole, I've given myself a 6. That's because 6 gives me 0 points in Stapleford, and that's what me and my playing partner were playing. On to hole number 8. Okay. I have to sit a bit. Oh, no, hit the tree. 8th hole is a long par 5 and the last par 5 of the front 9. I've hit an incredible tee shot on this hole, out the middle of the club, down the middle of the fairway. Perfect shot. 5 out of 5. I've classed this hybrid shot as a long approach shot, which kind of makes sense, but long approach is classed as 150 yards or more. I've given myself a bit of leeway with this shot because it was over 200 yards. So I've ended up in a bit of a bad spot just on the tree line on the right hand side, but I did get an unlucky bounce off a tree. Other than that though, it was out the middle of the golf club. It's gone the correct distance. I just misjudged the wind a bit. 3 out of 5 for that hybrid shot. Now the chip shot is arguably one of the best shots of the day. I've got a horrible lie in a bunch of leaves and I've got a pot bunker to fly over. So getting this shot on the green was priority number 1. And the fact that I hit it fairly close, well, that was a big bonus. That chip shot is 5 out of 5 and it's probably the best shot of the round so far. For the putting, I've given myself a 3 out of 5. The first putt was probably more like a 2 out of 5 to be honest. Bad pace, bad line, but the putt coming back was a really good one, which is why I've given myself 3 out of 5. On to the last hole of this front 9. Wind, help a little bit. Yeah, it's pin eye. Sit down, hit the hole. Oh. Yeah, they are quicker now, aren't they? Yeah. What are you joking me? How the hell did that just stopped right on the lip, didn't it?
Honestly, that got to here and I didn't think it was going to get there.
What the hell? Again, off the winter mats, this hole is really short. Off the summer tees and a windless day, this tee shot is more like an 8-iron. But in my hand, I've got an approach wedge, so this hole is playing really, really short. With that said though, I've hit a really good short approach shot on this hole. I started the golf ball exactly where I wanted to, but the wind didn't quite carry it round to the flag as much as I thought it would. But I've ended up pin high and I've got a really good chance at birdie. 4 out of 5 for that tee shot. Now with the putt, I'm reluctant to give myself a 4 out of 5 because I thought I hit a really, really good putt. All it needed was a foot more pace and it would have gone in. And I'll be honest with you, if it wasn't winter and those greens were rolled, that putt would have gone in the hole. It got to the lip and then just rolled backwards. Disgusting. But anyway, 4 out of 5 for that putt, and I think I found a little bit of something with my putting. So let's have a look at that front 9 scorecard. So I scored 41, and on Stableford scoring, that was 16 points. So I haven't played too badly. As you can see at the bottom of the scorecard, I've totaled up the averages for each of those shots for the categories. For the drive-in, I scored a 2.8 out of 5. That tee shot on 7 really messed up the score in there. For the long approach, I got 2.2 out of 5. That tee shot on 6 was a real card wrecker. I had quite a lot of shots in the short approach category, so plenty of opportunity to either score well or score badly, and a 3.8 out of 5 is pretty good scoring, to be honest. Only one bad shot in the short approach sort of category. When it comes to chipping, I'm really, really confident around the greens as a rule, and that sort of showed in this scoring. I've got a 4 out of 5. Now, when it comes to putting, even though it took me a bit of time to find the pace of the greens, 3.1 out of 5 is pretty good. I don't generally work on my putting that much. I know I should, but this is just an area of the game that I usually neglect. But I feel like I putted okay on that front 9. The back 9 though, that's a different story. Now, I didn't film the back 9 because my phone was starting to run out of battery and I used my phone for my yardages. To be honest with you, it was a bit of a blessing in disguise that I didn't film the back 9. I absolutely lost my head on the back 9. Scoring wise wasn't too bad, but I just found myself hitting some really bad shots where I normally hit good ones. And my putting took a real turn for the worse. With all that said though, this video is all about learning what areas of my game I need to improve on to break 80 more often. So I carried on ranking all of the shots exactly like I was on the front 9, And here is a summary of those rankings. On the back 9, my driver wasn't as good as it was on the front 9, 2.6 out of 5. I did, however, start hitting my irons really well, and I ended up scoring a 4.2 out of 5 for my long approach. When it comes to my short approaches, it was like magic or tragic. There were some really good shots and there were some really bad shots, and I ended up scoring a 2.9 out of 5. Chipping was a bit meh, 2.8 out of 5. Definitely not as good as the front 9. And then the putting. Oh my God, the putting. I must have had at least three putts on the back 9, and as you can see by the scoring, 2 out of 5 is really not good enough. Lucky for me though, I do have a putting lesson booked in with Adam Keogh at Woodall Spa next week, so with any luck I can walk away from that lesson with newfound confidence with my putter. Overall, when I take the whole 18 holes into account, my driving was 2.7 out of 5, my long approach was 3.3 out of 5, my short approach 3.4 out of 5, chipping 3.4 out of 5, and putting 2.5 out of 5. I think it's fairly obvious what I need to be working on. If I can improve my putting to be more 3 out of 5 or 3.5 out of 5, I think I will shave loads of shots off my score. Based on my handicap index of 9, around Spalding Golf Club on those winter tees, I should be breaking 80. But I'm prepping myself to be breaking 80 off the summer tees. And in order to do that, I really have to be working on my putting. If I can keep my driver a bit more in play, that will definitely help me shave a couple of shots off as well. But overall, everything else seems to be pretty okay. Keep it a bit more in play off the tee, no more 3 putts, and with any luck, I should be breaking 80 more often in 2025. You saw my performance on the front 9, guys. Get in the comments, let me know, do you think I scored myself accurately? Which part of my game do you think I should be working on? And have you ever tried to sort of rank your game in a similar way to what I'm doing here? Doing this game analysis has really helped me understand what I need to work on to improve my golf. Guys, thanks for watching. If you've enjoyed this video and you've made it this far, please consider hitting that subscribe button. But for now, thank you so much for watching this whole video, and I will see you next week for another one.